Video display devices. The video display devices in computer graphics are refresh cathode ray tubes, color CRT monitor. Click each device tab to learn more. Refresh cathode ray tubes. A beam of electrons or cathode rays are emitted by an electron gun that pass through focusing and deflection systems. The deflection systems facilitate the direction of the beam towards specific positions on the phosphor-coated screen. The phosphor gives off small spot of light at each position when it gets in touch with the electron beam. Since the light emitted by the phosphor fades rapidly, the screen picture must be maintained by some method. One such method to retain the phosphor glow continuously is by redrawing the picture repeatedly by quickly direct the electron beam back over the same points. An example of such a display is the refresh CRT. The accelerating voltage is generated with a positively charged metal coating on the inside of CRT envelope near phosphor screen or by using an accelerating anode. Sometimes, the electron gun contains the accelerating anode and focusing system within the same unit. Electrostatic deflection of the electron beam in a CRT. The control grid is a metal cylinder to fit over the cathode. It is used to intensify the electronic beam by setting voltage levels. A high negative voltage applied to the control grid will shut off the beam by stopping and repelling electrons from passing through the small hole at the end of the control grid structure. The control grid decreases the number of electrons by a smaller negative voltage. The brightness of a display is controlled by varying the voltage on the control grid. Color CRT monitor. A CRT monitor displays color pictures by means of a combination of phosphors that emit different colored light. A wide range of colors are produced when the emitted light from the different phosphors are combined together. The two basic techniques for color displays with a CRT are the beam penetration method, the shadow mask method. Beam penetration method. It is used for random scan monitors. The screen has two layers of phosphor, usually red and green. The displayed color depends on how far the electron beam penetrates through the two layers. The outer red layer is excited by a beam of slow-moving electrons. A beam of fast-moving electrons penetrate the red layer and excite the inner green layer. An intermediate beam speeds. Combinations of these two colors result in the emission of two other colors, namely yellow and orange. The limitation of this method is that only 4 colors can be displayed in the screen. Since we have only 4 colors, the quality of image is diminished. Shadow mask method. It is used for raster scan systems. It can produce wide variety of colors. The screen has 3 phosphor-colored dots which emits colors red, green and blue in a single pixel position. We use 3 electron guns for emitting colors red, green and blue. 3 electrons are fired from these guns simultaneously, and when they pass through shadow mask they form a phosphor dot triangle of colors red, green and blue in screen. This triangle is nothing but a pixel in the screen. The color of this pixel is controlled by controlling the intensity of the electron beams. Other colors, which are combinations of colors red, green and blue, can also be produced by controlling the intensity of electron beams. Shadow masks are used as display device for home computers. Another configuration is an inline arrangement in which the 3 electron guns and the corresponding red, green, blue colored dots are aligned along one scan line. The inline arrangement is easier to keep in alignment and is used in high-resolution color CRTs. Raster Scan Display Processor. The display processor reads the data from the frame buffer and convert it into corresponding ones and zeros according to their pixels and then put it on to a monitor screen. Display processor in raster scan systems releases the CPU from graphic cores or jobs. A separate memory area is provided along with display processor. Architecture of simple raster scan system with display processor and frame buffer is shown in image. Display processors performs other functions like generating line styles, displaying color areas and perform transformations and manipulations on displayed objects. Two methods to reduce memory requirements in raster systems. Run length encoding. Each scan line is stored as a set of integer pairs in which one number indicates intensity value and second number specifies adjacent pixel number on scan line. Cell encoding. Encode the raster as set of rectangular areas. Limitation of encoding runs is it is difficult for the display controller to process the raster when many short runs are involved. Display processor digitalizes a picture definition given in an application program into a set of pixel intensity values for storage in the frame buffer, which is called scan conversion. A major task of display processor is to perform a process called scan conversion. It is the process of separating contiguous graphics objects as a collection of ellipses, rectangles and polygons. Example: characters can be defined with rectangle grids or with curved outlines. Graphic commands which specifies straight lines and other graphic objects are first converted into set of distinct points. Characters are defined with rectangular pixel grids or with outline shapes. Random scan systems. Random scan monitors draw a picture one line at a time. Hence, they are also referred to as vector displays or stroke writing or calligraphic displays. A random scan system enables the component lines of a picture to be drawn and refreshed in any specified order. Refresh rate on a random scan system is dependent on the number of lines that are to be displayed. A certain memory called as refresh buffer or refresh display file stores the picture definition as a set of line drawing commands. The system goes through the set of commands in the display file and draws each component line in proper sequence. After all line drawing commands have been processed, the system cycles back to the first line command in the list. Random scan displays are designed to draw all the component lines of a picture 30 to 60 times each second. An application program input and the graphics package are stored in the system memory. The graphics package translates the commands in the application programs into a display file stored in the memory. The display processor accesses the display file and cycles through each and every command during every refresh cycle. Sometimes, the display processor in a random scan system is also termed as a display processing unit or a graphics controller. On a random scan system, graphics patterns are drawn by guiding the electron beam along the component lines of the picture. Lines are defined by the values for their respective coordinate endpoints. Input coordinate values are converted to X and Y deflection voltages. A scene is then drawn one line at a time by setting the beam so that it fills in the line between specified endpoints.